good afternoon, and welcome. It is Wednesday. The time is now 3:12 p.m. on Radio Caribbean International 101.1 FM, and this is Stress Free Wednesday. Let La. I am your host, Miguel Favre, and I guarantee you that one of the three letters we read today will be one of those that you could call in and to whet your fancy for a little bit of spice. Saying good afternoon to everybody viewed or listening right now, and those of you viewing on the Facebook Live. Let me say good afternoon to our friends at Northwest, Winsbert, Mark, Josh, Bozo, TK, and Yellow. Good afternoon to you, my brothers, always locked in to Letla on RCI. Saying good afternoon once again to our bus drivers all around the island, from Gros Islet to Grand Riviere, Corinth, Barbono, La Clery. Where else? Why am I missing? Moshi. We're in Central now. All the buses who leave from town. We're talking about the Mon bus stop, Goodlands, Mondudor, Cicero, Jacmel, Ansler. And Liza going to come in with the details. Hold on. You put your mic on my gill. Which mic you have there? Let me see that. All right. Good afternoon, Liza.
Yes. While you're on Monday, though, we like to big up Wormsy. We like to big up Mouse, Tall, Mr. Roots, Indian, Shortman, Dwayne. Who did I miss? I don't think I missed anybody. Oh, and Aussie, yes.
All right. Our folks on the Facebook Live, our boy, the official usher of Letla on RCI, £1 Hippolyte. He says, Team RCI, we say, yeah. And he's calling out the crew, Black Manukulia, Kayla Smith, Shesha Mosheri says, Team RCI, yeah. Doodle Darling, Mara, Stephanie Shapierre, Drama Queen Augustine, Tara Esper, Shakira Constantine, Zara. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, good afternoon, people.
Liza, shout out your people. Let me put in some of the ads there.
We also like to big up all the financial institutions on the island. So we're talking about the banks. We're talking about the credit unions. Big up your whole self. Also the medical fraternity, where the nurses, the doctors, the midwives. Who else? Persons in administration.
All the what we call them, the porters.
Yes. Big up yourself. You're working hard. We're recognizing that. Big up yourselves. Also, we like to do shout outs for Lucilec, also Wasco,
Flow
Digicel, all government institutions, Labor Department, Ministry of Tourism, the Office of the Prime Minister, Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, Home Affairs, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education. Big up yourselves.
Big up congratulations to all those who succeeded in
CPEA for
examinations.
Sure. Also, we like to big up what's her name? Miss Bernadette. Big up Miss Bernadette. Big up Miss Anne. Also big up the Henry family over at Independence City. Also Mr. Nye Henry. Big up yourself, my brother. I understood that you started your vacation, so I hope you'll be enjoying your vacation as well as taking in some much needed rest.
All
okay.
Right. Our boy Tafari says, big up Team RCI.
Yeah, Tafari.
Also, big up my girlfriend. You know who you are, honey. Marcy LaClery, big up.
Big up Marcy. Big up all Marcy stores. Also, who else? Glass Supermarket. Who else we like to big up?
All the supermarkets. All the TJs around the island.
Okay. We have somebody else. I like to big up McLean over at the Babono bus stand. Big up McLean. And also Keegan. Yeah, I know that y'all are tuned in. Y'all are regulars to RCI and by extension Letla. So big up you guys. Thank you.
Oh yeah. And you for Andre Dental Lab. I have to remind you every week.
Oh
every
my
week.
God. Sorry, people. Sometimes Liza mind is go. So big up to Andre Dental Clinic. Big up you guys. Big up the young lady there. I like to say thank you for tuning in to RCI. We appreciate that. We appreciate you guys for tuning to picking us every day. From the time you see they enter, boom, 101.1. So thank you. Also, we like to big up Peter Bear summer promotion, which is called Fet with Peter Bear.
The best bear.
The best. So they're rewarding their consumers for their loyalty this St. Lucia Carnival season by having them fed with Peter. So when purchasing a 6-pack of Peter Bear from participating retailers, customers will get an instant win card for their chance to win instant prizes and a chance to enter the grand prize draw. And people, the grand prize, well, $5,000 for sure in cash. So let me tell you, there's so much I can do with $5,000 right now. And also you get one of 8 costumes for St. Lucia Carnival 2025.
Yes.
So you cannot go wrong. And they have other prices as well. So you get restaurant vouchers, fuel vouchers, grocery. You get mobile credit, free Peter. Let me tell you, it is just a blast with Peter Bear. So just tune into RCI, listen to the promo ad, and you get all the information that is needed for you to participate, and so that you could be one of the lucky winners in the Fet with Peter Bear summer promotion.
All right, let me shout out my folks over at Nemo getting it done. Of course, ensuring that we prepare everybody for the hurricane season or any disaster that may befall us on St. Lucia.
Give Noodle Nemo a round of
course
applause.
All right.
Nemo is, let me tell you, when I see Nemo hit the ground, because I had an opportunity to really see that for myself in my community with all the volunteers and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, these people is just like a whole action pack. Bam, 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 bam.
No, just get it done.
You understand? So big up yourself.
Well trained. Big up Team RCI, sending greetings to big up Team RCI.
Hey!
Sending greetings to my grandmother, Miss Fina Bledman. That is from Telson. Telson, big up my brother.
And hi, Granny.
Long time. Big up to you, Miss Bledman. And big up Gideon Fede. Big up Team. That's boy. You see me on that WhatsApp again. All right. So where we are? Long.
We have a long so many. Today. Yeah. We have a lot.
All right. So Gideon says, big up Team RCI.
Hey!
Love and appreciate all of you. Blessed love from Sandy Sandra. Love you too, my darling. Big up Gideon Fede, aka Giddy. Positive, perfect love from Sandy.
All right.
I ignored the Facebook for a little while. Let me see what they're saying. Hey, £1 still big up. Now, hey, the list long. Drama Queen Tara Esba, Shakira Constantine, Zara, Nigella Jabatiste, Laniqua Batiste, Nikisha Winter, Mazoon Philip, Roche Mark.
Oh, yes. Big up Mazoon.
Mazoon, Omani Joseph, Philip Philo, Sugar Dindins, William, Amanda Charles. Hey, he says Team RCI.
Yeah.
Hey, big up Philip Philo. He says big up £1 Hippolyte. Big up Iowa. Hope he gets well soon. Yeah. Lucians, big up and stay hydrated. Yes, send love to brother Iowa.
Where's Steffi?
I know Stephanie hasn't been on in a while, but she'll send me a little message later on and tell me something. Stephanie, where you?
Jessica.
They miss
Jessica, they're working you too hard. You're not getting a chance to listen to Letla.
Yes, sir. Vicky St. Lucia's good afternoon, RCI. Good afternoon to you, my darling. Joan T. Joan Edward, good afternoon, everyone. Lysander Regis says, hey, RCI.
Hey.
Joan T. Mix bless out. Oh, good afternoon to you, my friend Joan. Vivian Armstrong, Team RCI.
Hey.
Good afternoon to you, Vivian. Yeah, boy, yeah. Let me tell you, guys, I have 3. I read the 3 letters we have as options. Boy. All of them hot,
I will say
All
no
of them.
more.
That one I see that is the hottest. I'm hoping I am hoping that it land on its number. Because you see that one self.
St. Lucia have a lot of situations, you know.
Situationships.
A lot of
No
situations. Oh
relationships.
my God.
Sabina, good afternoon to you. She says, hey, Team RCI.
Hey!
And she made sure she let us know that she is locked in. Good
Thank
afternoon
you.
to you, my dog. Share the light, folks. But long I use that term.
Share the likes.
Share the live.
Share the likes.
Yeah,
Share the
share the
live.
likes too,
Share everything.
Share the likes. Let me
Share the link. Share the live. Share the likes.
Everything.
Share the comments. Everything we would like y'all to share, people. Please.
Let me share the live too. Y'all remember you can join us on the official page of Radio Caribbean International on Facebook, or you could contribute, send your shout outs or contribute to the letter on 724-0008. And those of you who are overseas, you know that you can't forget the 758 and our landline 4523046. Liza, give them the rules of engagement.
Oh, so we're keeping it clean for everybody. We're gonna respect people's opinion, perspective, views, however you would like to call it. We're gonna respect it. Learn to agree, to disagree, and yeah, that is it. Just keep it clean, fun, and yeah, we're moving on.
Yep. Let's keep it clean and fun because we have kids listening. Oh, school's Kayla's is on. Good afternoon to you. Now, school is out. The students have had
school is
some
out.
school
Oh,
graduation.
also, without cutting you short, big up KM squared.
Yes, KM squared, not cube. Squared.
Big up KM squared.
That's KM squared. You got
Yeah.
it right this time, eh?
Big up
You
KM
learn it
squared.
Fast. You learn fast, you know, my girl.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'm a fast learner. Big
That's
up our
good.
folks over at Blue Waters, Mrs. Teresa Jabati
I
Shalry.
have a problem with Blue Water. Let me tell you now. You know how long we waiting for your water by anymore? Y'all have us firsty. Our cooler, how long our cooler do have thing? Miss here. Up to this morning, anyway, let's say that Blue Waters. Go and check on us, please. Please,
oh
go and
my
check on us.
God. Go and check on them,
I know
please.
Carnival coming and everybody, y'all need to rehydrate. Make sure all the bands are hydrated. But check on us too. I say,
Also, big up our folks at Harry Spain's Cafe and her team. Let me tell you, such an efficient team. I cannot say anything bad about Harry Spain's. No, not
Your
at
house
all.
just
Big up
get
all
painted.
the big
You
up
just
all
paint
the
your house,
outlets.
But
all
you
the
know,
outlets.
you see, at funny, a partner of mine, give me a ride yesterday. We were passing by Harris, drove past. He say, "Boy, Harris just had a sale there. Big buckets of paint for 6 something, going for 250. So if you are going and paint your house, or need to paint for even for the Christmas you want to paint, go and buy it now.
All little projects that y'all intend to take on or y'all are taking on, please go to Harris Paints.
Yes.
Also, I would like to big up our persons over at Rum Bucket. Yes, Rum Bucket, Jamal and his team, like persons to know. Tune into RCI. You get a lots more information coming in. Also, could get an opportunity to win some tickets in as the days progresses. So tune in. Yeah, keep on tuning in to RCI. The station that loves to give you more. You understand? Also, Water Wars. Big up Water Wars, because the conversation on the ground is not much fets for the youngsters to go to, and we're saying that there are fets there for persons who are of age to drink. To consume alcohol. Yes, responsibly. They are fets there for you guys. They are.
All right, folks, we have just about 4 minutes left, and my boy Greg is locked in on both sides. Good afternoon to you, Greg. Kelvin, big up my brother Kelvin Charles. He says, I wasn't seeing the live, but I'm in class. Team RCI.
Yay!
Big up Migs and Empress Isa.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Look, Kayla Rich.
Hi, Kayla.
Greg say you locked in on both sides, boy.
Big up Fruitsy, especially my Blackberry Donna.
Hey, Donna.
And the entire team over down in Poile.
Hey, Donna.
Yes, big up. Also, big up Winners Chow Mein as well.
Winners
Winners chow mein.
Oh, a lot. Oh, Liza.
Who else? Keep the bigging up going.
I just monitor.
Oh, we almost out of time, eh?
Anissa Solomon, good afternoon to you, my darling. She says, Team RCI, good day, Team RCI.
Yeah.
Hey, big up international supermarket staff from Andrea.
Big up.
Good afternoon to you, Andrea.
Big up, Andrea. Hi, Andrea.
Hey, because Ansha, I forget you. Ansha, good afternoon to you, my darling. She says, good, Team RCI.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to you, Mix and Liza.
Good afternoon, Ansha.
You see the messages will come in. So it's good. I missed them, eh? Oh, okay. So we good. We have just about 2 minutes left, my dear, until we get into the letter. Reminding you folks that we have a randomizer, which is a wheel with letter 1, 2, and 3. And they will choose one of our letters. And I'm hoping that it is the one that I have been eyeing. Liza, my fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
I've had a bad day today, so I look for something to make it better. Big up my boy Prune.
Big up Prune.
Prune, Kevin and all the staff
Prune.
at the cell. Yeah, at Digicel.
Big up Digicel.
He says
again.
Big up Butu. Your voice still irritating on the radio.
Also, big up to all our hotel staff who might be on the bus coming from their shift.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big up you guys. Yes, big up the whole hospitality industry. Yes, we appreciate you guys, and trust me, there are a lot of hotels. Yeah, so we really appreciate you guys tuning in to Letla every Wednesday.
Prune the mobile tech, and big up all my classmates from the SMC class of 99. It's almost 120 strong of us, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, man, we had 30 something. We had 4 classes of 30 something. 120. We lost 2 along the way, but
okay.
Yeah, man,
also big up Sarge computers high up Marion Street.
Oh yeah. Oh, and speaking of computers, big up my boy Neil Neil Joseph and his family of the computer store. You're locked into RCI. One thing on a
Hi, Mr. Joseph.
Hi, Mr. Joseph. That's right. Big hey, Chichi. Big up Shadrach. Chichi. From Digicel crew. Chichi, I still have a problem with you all, you know. I say your referees, but we go deal with that one. Another time. All right, folks. We're getting on to the 3:30 hour. Well, the time mark, and we will take a few breaks. Well, one break. I'm taking a few ads and reminding you that Letla is brought to you by Fruitsy Seamos. But before we get into the break, good afternoon, RCI family. Solaj Foswa James. Have a nice day. Now,
you too.
You know, one thing I always see in messages. I'll come here on a Sunday afternoon and I see inspirational messages from Solaj from the morning sent to the RCI WhatsApp. You know, she's always locked in and tuned in. Good afternoon, family. Mark Shalmine, good afternoon to you, my brother. How are you? Sophie B said, good afternoon to you, my darling. Hey, well, you finally reached Mara. Mara says, yay, the bestest program is on Letla. Big up y'all and big up you, my darling. You're just in time.
Also, big up Pocky.
Pocky or Cocky?
Pocky?
Yeah. Which one? The same Pocky I know?
I'm not tall Pocky.
Yeah, brother Paul, play basketball. Pocky, Hippolyte.
And his
Junior.
dad,
And
they're always tuned into Letla.
And how Paul Senior never tell me that?
They're tuning. They're there.
Pocky,
they're like silencers in the back.
Yeah, Father and son. Good afternoon to you, the Hippolytes. And while I'm at Pocky, good afternoon to Trevor, his brother Trevor, and sister Natasha. Good afternoon to y'all. And all, of course, if I big up Pocky, I have to big up the rest of my team. My crew, the BFTF Basketball for the Future, the team that represents the Gardens.
So Pocky cannot take his shine by himself.
No, I have to big up my boy. If I big up one boy, my boys, I have to big up the rest of them. You know, and shout out to folks at the Ministry of Infrastructure. Good afternoon to you all, those of you locked in right now. All right, Liza. We're going to get into the break and then we'll get into the letter.
No problem. Yes.
All right. We'll be back, folks. Letla is brought to you by Fruitsy Seamos.
You know what they say.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy Seamos, eh? Partner, you know what they say about Fruit Simos?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruit Simos?
Boy, that Simos makes me score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsy Sea Moss? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsy Sea Moss is full of natural goodness your body needs. Sea moss is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. Sea moss is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested and manufactured right here in the community of Prale.
And that's what they say about Fruitsy Sea Moss. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsy Sea Moss, you know what they say.
Preferred choice offers quality regular chow mein and a variety of flavors, including carrot, spinach, beetroot, split pea, lentils, and whole wheat, all made from fresh ingredients. Also, try our ready cut and elbow macaroni made from 100% garam wheat semolina with no additives. The health choice. Our products cook totally al dente. It's the choice of every kitchen. Available at all leading supermarkets and other locations island-wide. Man, choose winners. The ultimate difference.
Oh man, just my luck. I can't get to the airport in time now to pick up the mother-in-law. She's gonna mess me up.
James had one job: get there. But it looks like his battery life was low, and now his mother-in-law is going to have every reason to let her daughter know just how unreliable James is. She'll never let him live this one down, ever. Don't be like James. Make sure you get where you need to with the all-new Maximo battery. Available island-wide at all automotive art stores and leading gas stations and part shops. The all-new Maximo battery now comes with an up to 2-year full replacement warranty for installation and free maintenance check at Automotive Art. The all-new Maximo battery. Get there.
I hooked on the taste of Domino's Pizza. I hooked on the flavor of Domino's Pizza. Always remember, nothing tastes better than Domino's Pizza. And what makes it greater is that we deliver. Service like no other. Prices are better. Always remember, nothing tastes better than Domino's Pizza.
Choose Domino's Pizza with locations in Rodney Bay, Caribbean Cinemas, William Peter Boulevard, and J4.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Barry Hyde, and I'm inviting everybody to Hello, the event, the official kickoff to St. Lucia Carnival on Wednesday, July 16th. Yours truly, Barry and Soca Ultimates, we present Hello. This all takes place at Gaiety Grounds from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. And oh gosh, ladies, this is the sexy shorts and sneakers edition. Let me tell you who is going to be entertaining you this year. And hello, representing Dominica, Rio, representing TNT, Nessa Preppy, representing St. Lucie, CJ, Juke Them, Nerdy, Ezra the Fun Machine, Ricky T, and Kuya. And you know the DJs are going to bring the vibe, such as Hollywood HP, Levi Chin, Silent Gods, representing the French Caribbean Dankers, representing Brooklyn, New York City, and Grenada, Kevin Crown, and representing Trinidad and Tobago for the first time ever in Hello St. Lucia, DJ Private Ryan. Get your tickets now at all the sale outlets and Lugatti Sensation, or get them online at j4f.4circletickets.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your official welcome to St. Lucia Carnival, aka Vaval. Hello, the event. Somebody say hello.
This carnival season, the crown awaits. Experience beauty in its truest form at the National Carnival Queen Pageant 2025. 7 remarkable delegates are ready to shine. Emily Tiso, Miss Bank of St. Lucia. Katrina Okuli, Miss JP Shani. Hadassah Romulus, Miss Dazzle Magazine. Ziggy Vitalis, Miss Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate. Ketel Symphorian, Miss Sugar Beach, a Viceroy Resort. Shania Phillip, Miss Duty Free Point Seraphim. Tatiana Clovis Freitas, Miss St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Join us on Saturday, July 5th, 2025 at 8 p.m. at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay. Witness grace, talent, and passion at the event of the season. Tickets are only $150 and can be purchased from the Cell outlets island-wide. Feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing sweeter than that.
Everybody to Hello, the event, the official kickoff to St. Lucia Carnival on Wednesday, July 16th. Yours truly, Barry and Soca Ultimates. We present Hello. This all takes place at Gaiety Grounds from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. And oh gosh, ladies, this is the sexy shorts and sneakers edition. Let me tell you who is going to be entertaining you this year at Hello. Representing Dominica, Rio, representing TNT, Nessa Preppy, representing St. Lucie, CJ, Juke Them, Nerdy, Ezra the Fun Machine, Ricky T, and Kuya. And you know the DJs are going to bring the vibes, such as Hollywood HP, Levi Chin, Silent Gods, representing the French Caribbean Dankers, representing Brooklyn, New York City, and Grenada, Kevin Crown, and representing Trinidad and Tobago for the first time ever in Hello St. Lucia, DJ Private Ryan. Get your tickets now at all the Cell outlets and Lugatti Sensation, or get them online at j4f.4circletickets.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your official welcome to St. Lucia Carnival, aka Vaval. Hello the event, somebody say hello.
Kumasi Events presents
Bacchanal
Brunch, the Mardi Gras food inclusive brunch extravaganza.
Get ready to turn all the way up at Gaiety Gardens,
where the vibes meet the flavors. Festive fashion, mouth-watering brunch,
bounty cocktails,
flowing all day long. Roll in with your crew.
Rock your boldest Mardi Gras look.
Mask and courage.
Sunday, July 13th. Vibes start at 12 noon sharp.
Tickets on Eventbrite and at the Cell.
Dress code
purple, yellow, and green. Come for the food.
Stay for the Bacchanal.
Sponsored by
Bounty Rum,
JP Shanae,
Pito Beer,
Climax,
Carrie Bay,
KFC,
Doers,
Blazing FM,
RCI, and The Wave.
And we're back with today's episode of Let Laugh for today, Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. And saying good afternoon to Sanyu, Joseph. She says, makes your log screen nice. I remember when that was shot. Good day to Liza. Hope all is good.
Good day to you too.
Drama Queen is at work. Nadia Furley, good afternoon to you. And Conrad.
Drama Queen.
Good afternoon. Okay, Liza. All right, we're going to spin that wheel, yeah?
Go ahead.
We're going to spin that wheel, and let me make sure. Let me pause that a bit. All right. We have letters 1, 2, and 3, and we are spinning. Please be 3. Please be 3. Please be 3. Oops. I got the letter I wanted. Hey!
All right,
Liza, what number you chose?
Number 3.
Number 3.
What is that?
3. Liza, you gonna read it?
Yes.
All right, folks. Liza is going to read letter number 3. Pay attention.
Remember, the number to call is 45230046, and also on our WhatsApp platform is 724-0008. Remember, we would love to hear you guys, and first time callers, please identify yourself
and where you calling from.
Well, if you choose to, and we're keeping it E for everybody. So the letter reads this afternoon. Hi, Miguel. I've heard you on air a few times talking about how human beings are really no different from the animals we look down on in terms of our primal instinct. And to be honest, I sort of agree with you. I'm a married man. I tied the knot about a year ago. But truth be told, I've been seeing someone else for just about a year before I got married. I know how that sounds, and I'm not proud of it, but it is my truth. My wife is a wonderful woman. She's everything I could have ever asked for in a partner. She's smart, kind, beautiful, and she makes me feel grounded in a way no one else ever has. So my brother, what's your matter? What's your problem?
Read the letter.
She is, by every measure, perfect to me. Oh my God. But when it comes to our sex life, let's just say it's never really been our strongest point. From the time we settled down nearly 10 years ago, oh wow, things in that department have been, let me say, sort of okay. It's never been fireworks, but it was enough, so I thought. Then there's this other woman. Our relationship started as something casual, but over time, I realized that I have feelings for her too. She's very different, I mean to say, in all sorts of the word. A little wild, unpredictable, someone who challenges me constantly. We argue more than I like to admit, to the point where it can be exhausting. Yet, there's a pull I can't explain. The funny part is, the sex with her isn't that incredible either. So my brother, what's your deal? So, there's just something about her energy, the spark, that I can't seem to let go of. So here am I. I am torn. I know the conventional wisdom would be to end things with this other woman and focus on my wife. But it doesn't feel that simple, because the truth is, I love them both. It might sound ridiculous or even selfish, but I believe it's possible to have the same kind of deep love for more than one person at the same time. I'm not really asking for advice, or maybe I am. I don't even know. It's such a blur. Maybe I just need to hear what you, Liza, and your listeners think about this. I am completely lost. Is it actually possible to build a relationship?
Am I completely lost?
Am I completely lost? Yeah, I said that.
No, you said I am.
Oh, sorry. Am I completely lost? Is it actually possible to build a relationship around loving more than one person? Or am I setting myself up for heartbreak on all sides? I leave it there, Miguel. Curious to hear your thoughts, and the audience too. Thanks for giving me a space to get this off my chest. And it's signed, Confused but Honest.
I love your honesty. Sani wants to know why I'm laughing.
Okay, so we want to read it.
I'll read it,
one more time.
I just say good afternoon to Anaya. Anaya Fleur-de-Lis says, no incredible sex. No, sorry. And let me say good afternoon to one more person. Team RCI, what we say? Hey! Love and blessings to all Lucians from somewhere in the world. And that's from Lorenzo. All right, so let me read that letter. Let me read that letter one more time. Hi, Miguel. I've heard you on air a few a few times talking about how human beings are really no different from the animals we look down on in terms of our primal instincts. And to be honest, I sort of agree with you. I'm a married man. I tied the knot about a year ago, but truth be told, I'd been seeing someone else for just about a year before I got married. I know how that sounds, and I'm not proud of it, but it's my truth. My wife is a wonderful woman. She is everything I could have asked for in a partner. She is smart, kind, beautiful, and she makes me feel grounded in a way no one else ever has. She is, by every measure, perfect for me. But Miguel, when it comes to our sex life, let's just say it's never really been our strongest point. From the time we settled down nearly 10 years ago, things in that department have been okay. It's just never been fireworks, but it was enough, or so I thought. Then there's this other woman. Our relationship started as something casual, but over time I realized that I have feelings for her too. She's a very different kind of person, a little wild, unpredictable, someone who challenges me constantly. We argue more than I'd like to admit, to the point where it can be exhausting. Yet there's a pull I can't explain. The funny part is the sex with her isn't that incredible either. But there's just something about her energy, the spark that I can't seem to let go of. So here I am, torn. I know the conventional wisdom would be to end things with this other woman and focus on my wife. But it doesn't feel that simple. Because the truth is, I love them both. It might sound ridiculous or even selfish, but I believe it's possible to have the same kind of deep love for more than one person at the same time. I'm not really asking for advice, or maybe I am. I don't even know. Maybe I just need to hear what you, Liza, and your listeners think about this. Am I completely lost? Is it actually possible to build a relationship around loving more than one person? Or am I setting myself for heartbreak on all sides? I'll leave it there, Miguel. Curious to hear your thoughts and the audience's too. Thanks for giving me a space to get this off my chest. Signed, confused, but honest. Liza, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking a lot.
You're thinking a lot? Well, where you starting with?
For me, when I went through the letter, I was a bit sad. We have a call. Let's go.
Hey. Good afternoon, Letla. How can we help you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
That letter right there, let me educate him right here.
Hey, boy, caller, we hear from you in a while. What's going on?
In and out, in and out.
In and out. All right, talk to us.
Love is pure. Love don't hurt. But you're married. Somebody's going to get hurt at some point in time.
That's my not point, love. Exactly reading it.
You ain't love nobody. If you had loved your wife, she would never be in that position in the first place. Figure it out.
So, caller, you're saying that it's not possible, as the person said, and I've said on other occasions, to love more than one person at the same time in the same kind of way?
In a marital manner, no.
Okay.
In a friendly manner, yeah, you love thy neighbor as thyself. Intimately, no.
Okay.
You get married. When a man leaves his parents' house, go cling to his wife, the two becomes one. If his wife have to come and tell him that, how would he feel? I sure he would tell his wife he don't love her. She don't love him, because if she love him, she wouldn't put him in that embarrassing situation in the first place. It is wrong, no ifs or buts about it.
So, caller, there is something to be said about if we have to go back to biblical times and think of what is expected of us. Someone can easily point to other cultures, other societies where polygamy is somewhat the accepted norm when it comes to marriages and relationships. So are we saying that your God or your Bible is right? And I'm not meaning any condescending way, because I'm a Christian like yourself, I would assume. But I'm just saying, if we were to keep an open mind, I would say that your God in the King James Bible is the correct one, and whatever the other practices believe in based on their whole religious beliefs is wrong?
Okay, let me see what I said again. When a man leaves his parents' house, go clean to his wife, not wives. The two become one, not the one and others become one. Not because it is right with other denominations, that means it is right. There is only two ways about things.
Okay.
Up, down, in, out, hot, cool.
But you're still talking from one biblical perspective, eh? You're still speaking from one perspective. There are more. Let's use the term good books. There are more than one good book. like we say, I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay, so if he was right, then he wouldn't feel bad. He should just go to his wife and say, hey, that's the next person I love. We bring her into that relationship. He should have done that.
Okay.
He's feeling some sort of conviction. That's why I wrote the letter. That's why he's asking. So it is wrong. If you walk in town and you pick up somebody, you see somebody wallet fall from the pocket, and you pick it up, there's something telling you, give it back or take it. And there is a fight inside. So he's feeling the fight. That's why he's feeling that way. So it is wrong. If he had a good feeling about it, then it will be flowing positively. It is not. It is wrong. You cannot love two people. You cannot serve two masters.
Okay.
It is wrong.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. And stop being so scarce, man.
I out again soon.
Take it easy, my brother. All right, thank you very much from what's regular contributor.
Yes.
He's just saying to a listener. Mara.
Oh, we have a next call.
We have another caller and.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, caller. Just hold on 1 second. Just let me read this comment because you may have to comment on it as well. You there?
Yeah, Riggs.
All right, just 1 second, caller. Mara says, "Listen, my blood is boiling after hearing this letter. The wife doesn't deserve what the writer is putting her through, even if she doesn't know what is going on. Writer, you were not honest enough to let your wife know about the other woman before you got married. So don't say that you're being honest. You should have been honest in the beginning and have given your wife the option of staying in your perceived reality. You do not love any of them. You don't even love yourself. You need therapy and work on yourself." What say you, caller, and what say you else?
Riggs.
My brother.
Reaper.
Yep. What's up?
Bruh, my partner they're not confused. Huh? My partner there is just loving itself. My partner they have everything he wants in two women, not one, in two.
So you can have them both.
And he still can't have them both because both of them lacking sex. That's what he's looking for, sex. So you know what's going to happen to him there? We're going to look for a third party that's giving him the awesome sex and try and keep them two people because they're giving him happiness.
Now the man never said. Now we can assume that it's sex he's looking for, but he just said that the sexual aspect, the sex department in both of his relationships, his marriage and the extramarital one, are not explosive, But
that is why he write the letter, Migs. He write the letter based on he have problems with none of the women,
You see,
that is why he wrote the letter. He wrote the letter based on he have good relationships with the two people. He has everything he needs from his wife. Right? Yet still he go and look for somebody else. He's still getting everything he needs from her. But sex from both of them. So he wrote the letter based on sex. He's looking for sex.
All right. That's.
I saw a flip side to that.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. I think maybe for once, Liza and I may agree on something.
Because let me tell you,
see a flip side.
Let me tell you, sometimes it takes a man around 4 or 5 women for him to be complete. Everybody giving you something different.
Greg. Say it again.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a man at least 4 or 5 different women. Not every man, but certain men. They want to have it all, so they will get a piece from everybody to make their life perfect. So they will chase at that one for that part, chase at that one for that part, and that's what it is. So, but if he being real with himself, right? What he has to do is enjoy his wife, enjoy the little that he gets from her. Maybe the women's body changes. Maybe later down the line she might give him more than he expected. Right? women go through different phases, right? So we have to understand that. So you have to work with what you have, brother man, and just leave everybody else alone. Because what you're looking for now is just a sex toy you're looking for. You maybe need a rose too, like them other women.
Before you go, let me hear what Liza have to say about it, because she had a different perspective, so you may have a counter to that. Let's go, Liza. The flip side.
The flip side of that, to me, I mean, I did allude in that direction, but there's also another direction that I picked up on. Probably is not the sex, is not solely sex, but it's also about the passion, the tenacity, the drive of one person having it more than the other. One person lacks it tremendously and the other person bring it to the forefront. So that kind of brings out that passion or that spark with the gentleman, because in previous situations we had persons calling where persons were saying that a relationship cannot be the same. It will not continue the way that it started off, meaning that the spark, the passion and everything. But as the relationship continues, each person grows, and they have at some point in time, you don't really get it in the majority of both persons actually realizing that they are growing at different pace in the relationship, and both of them are being pulled differently in the relationship. So,
and that's why you have to do different things all the time.
So I am saying probably the second part to it would be that the other person is really bringing that type of passion and fire into that gentleman's life, because he's not really thinking about, because he's saying like yeah I tried it with her, it's not really that, but hey, that person pushes me away that I don't get, or I used to get and I not getting, but I still want that in my relationship. And that's where communication comes in, because if you realize
that's what I'm saying, it's incomplete.
Yeah. I didn't think solely on the sex part, that it was really that he's lacking the sexual part of the relationship. I didn't really focus like solely on that, but there's also that perspective too that comes to the forefront of his situation.
Greg, you ever been with a woman for an extended period and the sexual relationship was not as explosive as they say? Don't worry, we wouldn't tell her.
I just come from that.
You just shoot!
And I had to adjust myself to it for maybe at least four years.
Did you run?
So that's what I'm saying.
Did you
try
to run?
So he's looking for that spark. He's looking for that spark where he's looking for somebody to explode him instead of working with what he has. Understanding the changes in the person's body. That's what it is.
80-20, like they say. All right, my brother. Anything else you want to ask? So, what's your advice for the man?
My advice to him is just stay single, and if you want to just run all over the place, just run over the place. But don't play your song and then you want to run all over the place.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much for your contributions. Thanks for staying locked in.
Yes. So as I was saying earlier on, let me tell you, next call. Let us go.
Hey.
Hi.
Tell the man go ahead and marry the other woman.
Both of them together at the same
time? Yeah. Tell him go ahead, marry the other woman.
Mm-hmm.
Exodus 2110.
Mm-hmm.
Explain it to you. If you were to pick up another wife, the first wife shouldn't be diminished of anything. When I say diminished, I mean the same amount of money you give him, you're not supposed to reduce it. The same amount of sex you give him, you're not supposed to say tired tonight. You're supposed to feed both of them equally.
Mm-hmm.
So tell them go read Exodus 2110 verse 10 and 11, and he will get the answer you're looking for.
But quote
so
it
go ahead.
Quote it for me.
Marry the other one.
Quote it for me.
Exodus
Exodus.
I don't have a Bible in front of me. Oh, I have to.
That's what they have. Google. Open that, man. Yeah, how you mean? Open that. Your lap phones.
Exodus
Your lap
what?
phones. Open it. Read it for him.
Exodus what?
Okay. Exodus 2:1, 10, verse 10 and 11.
Verse 10 and
Exodus
11.
21, verse 10 and 11.
Yeah. Record it to him.
All right.
He will understand. Yeah.
I'll find it. Okay, yes.
All right.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. Exodus 21 verses 10 to 11 on the New International Version of the Bible says, if he marries another woman, he must not deprive the first one of her food, clothing, and marital rights. If he does not provide her with these three things, she is to go free alone. But if he has a wife when he comes, she is to go with him. If his master gives him a wife and she bears him sons or daughters, the woman and her children shall belong to her master, and only the man shall go free. Wait. Huh?
Okay, this is long. It's extremely long.
Oh, 10, yeah. He says, if he marries, okay, it's just 10 to 11. If he marries another woman, he must not deprive the first one of her food, clothing, and marital rights. If he does not provide her with these three things, she is to go free without any payment of money. Now you see, there you go. So our first caller who mentioned the Bible, and you have another caller who's using the same Bible to sort of justify having more than one person.
Indeed. So yeah, so in whatever you choose to go with in the good books, there's always something to counter it in some other chapter or page or whatever, or verse or whatever down the line. So like I was saying, I'm in no way condoning this type of behavior. But
I didn't say
next call.
Good afternoon, Letna.
What you just read there, that was before. That was the old time.
Now we are having Bible study today.
That was before the golden child came for us. The laws were changed. That was the Old Testament. That was the past. Right. All our sins are washed away.
So if God can change his mind, we can change ours too.
No, that's a new law. That's a New Testament. That's it. That we don't do that again. We don't go through that again.
All right. All right, my brother. Let me take it some of the comments. We have some really good comments. All right. We have some really good comments here, before I get into the WhatsApp, on Facebook says, mate is his own enemy. That's Kelvin. He wants to have his own cake and eat it. Writer, grow up because you know what you was getting into. So why you marry the girl if you wasn't serious? There is a lot of questions, but who have eyes to see? Let him see. Shake my head, LOL. £1 say all men on a whole. I think me too. What you say? I think me too. He's I think me too. And he say all men on a whole. Sanyu says mate must have no sex appeal, and Anaya Fleur-Elise agrees. And she says, and he knows exactly who he wants. He has placed himself in a situation and trying to decide, how do I tell my wife or the other woman it's over? Kelvin says, made want to be a pimp. PIMP, I'm asking. Anissa says, effective communication is what's killing relationships right now, and that comes with maturity as well. Now we have a WhatsApp contributor who says, dude should have never written that letter. Should have kept your business to yourself. People will never understand. They will always bring their own beliefs and biases into this. Agreed? You are responsible for your life and decisions. Talk to your wife, talk to your woman, and see if y'all can come together as a family. Sinners judging sinners. Now, let me just stop you right there, caller. I'm contributor. Well, not stop you. Let's correct you on a bit. Caller, just 1 second. You said if people it will never understand, they always bring their own beliefs and biases. That's every letter. We have people bringing their own beliefs and biases. If not, we wouldn't have any letters at all. Good afternoon, contributor.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Oops. Looks like we lost that call. All right. Yeah. So he says they should have never written that. But Liza, like I was saying, if nobody writes those letters, we have no further.
We have nothing to talk about. You understand?
But people will always bring in their biases.
Yeah, people. We anticipate that. We expect that.
But I know. I get exactly.
But I get where she's coming from. Or he's coming from.
Yeah, talk to your wife. Talk to your woman. See if y'all can come together. I just reading that again, Liza. But talk to your wife, talk to your woman, and see if y'all can come together as a family.
If that's what he really wants, then he needs to bring it to the forefront, and that's where we keep saying that communication. Too many relationships lacks communication. One person or both persons, neither party knows how to express themselves, to put all the cards on the table as to what they're gonna tolerate, what they're not gonna tolerate into the marriage or in the marriage or whatever. You understand? But
we missing. Everybody now are still missing the fundamental. Not answering the fundamental question though. Generally, we're speaking about the marriage, the sanctity of the marriage, yes. But nobody is answering the question.
What's that?
She started with, the discussion. Is it possible to love more than one?
But I was coming to that. You just.
It's not you. I'm talking about them. Everybody else.
Yeah, because in my mind, that was one of the points that I wanted to touch on, because we are groomed, we are programmed to say that it is not this and this is not allowed in our in society in general. In different cultures it is different. They experience things different and they express things differently. So before, I would say that I had the notion or that I believed that you meet somebody and that's it. You run your entire life with that person, and you could only feel so about that person and stuff like that. But as I grew up and I became older and I have matured in my thinking, and now my mind is more open because I got experience to open to different culture and stuff like that. I realized that you can be with somebody and have tunnel vision and want to set and be settled down with settled with that person, and then somebody comes along and then you get mad kind of energy and chemistry with that person, and then for initially it might not be something that is sexual, because I want persons to understand that it's not always something sexual. It is not always sexual. Sometimes you meet people and these people aura is just something that is just mind boggling. It's just something that blows you away, and then it intrigues you. It wants you to want to experience that person even more in terms of conversating, what you'll pick up on in terms of your intellectual properties and stuff like that. And then it develops into something that is much more, where it actually forms a connection with that person. And then in your mind, you didn't come here for this. You didn't come here for this. You didn't anticipate that this was going to happen. But hey, it is happening. So at the end of the day, to answer the question, I do believe that people do have tunnel vision in terms of meeting somebody and say, well, okay, I decide this is what I'm settling for. And then you do meet people that come along, and then boom, you grow to love these people.
I think we should. If we're going to discuss this, yes, we'll have people who have the biblical perspective.
Yeah, for sure, they're going to have people, and we're not knocking that down.
You can't knock it, but you have to counter. You have to counter, and I don't want to be the history nerd and that kind of thing here. But if we're going to look at, and it's I think it's so fitting with the visit of the Nigerian president. If we were to look at our history and our roots, where we come from, and until Christianity was introduced to Africa, to the continent of Africa, you found a whole different way of living. So I think, again, I'll continue to see a lot of our mindsets. And again, this is not me blasting the person, because having been there, I believe that it's possible for you to, and which is why I think I've said before, I believe it's possible for you to love more than one person at the same time and give them your equal energy and attention. But that, again, has depend on you and your maturity and how they, if they know or not, whether they know about each other or not,
Yeah.
you're still capable of doing it.
Mhm.
You may, of course, there'll be times where you may have to hide certain things, especially
Yeah.
if neither of them know. But we can't dismiss the man's feelings
Mhm.
that he does love more than one person. Yeah, maybe who's to know? Maybe had he met her earlier than, who's to say he was not engaged when he met her?
We
You
don't know.
Had he met her earlier, maybe he would not have married. He would have
You
probably
understand?
chosen to be honest with both of them.
Exactly. But then, like I like to say that when it reached to the point where you feel like, hey, that's somebody I could actually see myself really settling down with outside of whoever I am with at the time. When it reached to that point, it's time for conversation.
It is.
Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be the bad guy. You don't want to be responsible for any of these women getting hurt, right? So you need to have a conversation first with your wife, because you have reached a point where clearly your emotions, your headspace, your feelings, everything in one is being torn and tossed around. So you definitely need to put her into that communication and express how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Because is one to get hurt or all to get hurt? You understand that there's no flip side to being in that type of situation. And I do feel for all the parties that are involved, because one will also say that, what is to say that if he's doing that to his wife, he will not do that to the other lady on the side. You understand? Somebody could flip the coin and say that probably Mid has a pattern. But at the end of the day, I really don't think is he being deliberate in saying that, hey, I'm cheating, and you understand?
And
I don't think so.
Ultimately, we don't even know the other aspect of the relationship. Does the woman number 2 know that he's married? Well, possibly.
Possibly.
We're still speculating. Because we don't know.
But possibly.
And if she does, has she been putting pressure on him?
Yeah. Or is it a situation where she's willing to accept? She's accepting it.
Situation.
You understand?
So when you said you feel for everyone involved, I'm thinking, if I have to think of the people involved, I more feel for the man in having to be conflicted in those kinds of feelings, because apparently the wife doesn't know.
Exactly.
And because he's going to hurt somebody by leaving one or the
other.
Or
and
even
then
having both, he's going to hurt somebody.
And not only that, too, the reason why I say all three is going to get hurt is because if, based on the way he constructed the letter, by taking his time to point out everything that is good about his wife, clearly states that this man is very much still invested in his marriage, and he's still very much seeing that woman that he married as, hey, I did have tunnel vision at one point, and I did say I wanted to settle down with you. You understand? So he still have love for his wife. Is the passion or the spark still there? I kind of think it has dimmed down a little bit, because again, no relationship will remain the same, and everybody has to understand that a relationship grows, and sometimes people are stuck in nostalgia, meaning they're still in their phase and they're still in their all giggles and head giddy type of thing about the person, head over heels about the person, up until 10 years or 20 years down the lane. And there are some people where one partner kind of grows differently and figure, well, you know, happen, this is kind of getting too complacent for me, this is not really what I feel in, and stuff like that. But again, communication is what needs to be done here.
All right, we have just about 30 seconds left before we take a quick break, and we will read the letter one more time when we get back. For those of you just joining us on Letla for today, Wednesday, July 2nd, the best month of the year has arrived and started, so I'm happy about that. Reminding you folks that Letla is brought to you by Fruitsy CMOS, and you know what they say.
Oh, you know what
this
they
one
say.
You can have more than one.
7 flavors.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
Boy, I
That's the most makes me score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsy sea moss? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsy sea moss is full of natural goodness your body needs. Sea moss is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. Sea moss is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prague.
And that's what they say about Fruitsy sea moss. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsy sea moss. You know what they say.
In the heart of St. Lucia, where mountains meet the sea, there's a story of resilience, community, and a promise kept for over 50 years. Jana Credit Union has been a pillar of support and a friend. Together, we've weathered storms and celebrated triumphs, from sponsoring local events to supporting education. Our motto, together we can move mountains, isn't just words. It's a commitment to unity, progress, and shared success. Feel the pride, the belonging, and the warmth of a financial partner that cares. Join us and be part of something extraordinary.
The future of communication is here. Say hello to eSIM at Digicel. Use your Digicel number without a physical SIM card in your phone, and your data, minutes, and SMS all there. eSIM works with prepaid and postpaid. Activate more than one eSIM on the same device and use multiple phone numbers without a physical SIM card. Convert your existing number for only $10. Switch to Digicel and get a free eSIM, free 30-day plan, and 30 gigabytes data free. Digicel, first to give you eSIM technology in St. Lucia. Available at any Digicel store. Digicel, better connected.
For the first time ever, Lucian Carnival brings to you D-Vibes, the inaugural January segment show that's turning up the heat and flipping the script. Wednesday, July 9th from 8 p.m. at the National Cultural Center. Feel the pulse of the January segment live with a fire lineup. Ampa, Black Boy, Huya, Summons, Surf, Too Funny, and more. A night of hard rhythms, wild performances, and cultural pride like never before. D-Vibes, Lucian Carnival's boldest anthem is here. Feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing sweeter than that.
Lucilec kaveti ou pou point précaution diwan saison cyclone sa la. Mi an ti komisyon ki kaywen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire ou. Kouye Lucilec avant ou trim et ben couper pied bois qui poué ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Fait assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout d'outil ou ka servi, pas vini moins qui 10 pieds hors ligne courant électrique. Pas jamais servi appliance et ben outils qui ka servi courant électrique. Des wall côté qui mouillé et ben en la pli. Ça c'était en commission hors Lucilec.
Have you ever wondered what the greatest love feels like? It's the unbreakable bond of friends, the magic in every unforgettable night, the rhythm that lifts your soul. Experience that love at Color Me Red, the greatest love. On July 18th, the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground becomes the stage for passion, unity, and music that moves you. Get ready to be electrified by performances from Problem Child, Black Adan, Black Adan, Ezra, Ezra,
I come out here to get miserable. Boy, aye.
Ricky T,
I don't come out here to mind nobody business, got my
Ricky T,
my pocket and I come to get and shoot it and we drunk.
Ridge,
Want that She take that She get like
Ridge,
I don't care who have a man. Come on.
Kess the Band,
Look at people in here tonight.
Kess the Band,
Only one cup of fire back in the soul.
Takes up at 7 p.m., showtime 9 p.m. General admission is only $150. And for the ultimate experience, go VIP for $500. Get your tickets now at redevents.fourcirclestickets.com or visit Steve's Barbershop, Radio Caribbean International, The Cell, TM Antoine Partners, or any Red team member. Color Me Red. The greatest love is powered by Bank of St. Lucia, Bounty Rum, JP Chenet, Piton Beer, Climax, Schweppes, Flow, Campari, Heineken, Tito's, Jack Daniels, Travel and Leisure Center, St. Lucia Kings, Veterans in Sports Inc., and M Motors. Color Me Red, July 18th at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. Wear red. Feel the greatest love.
The crown is up for grabs, and the battle lines are drawn.
The big gun come in, choo-choo.
Pete Bear presents the National Calypso Monarch Finals on Saturday, July 12th at 8 p.m. at the Sabin Fiji. Desrell defends his title in a lyrical clash as Ashe, Educator, Juice Man, Lucian, Minel, Mystic, Reddy, TC Brown, and T. Caro step to the mic in a war of words, wit, and wisdom. Advanced regular tickets are $60. Pay more at the door. VIP tickets $150. No door sales. Get your tickets now at the Cell Outlets Island-wide, Steve's Barbershop, or online at fourcircles.com. Feel the vibes. Embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that. Powered by Coca-Cola.
Are you a small business owner looking for dependable IT support? Then look no further. TCS has the solutions to all your IT needs. Our experienced and qualified team of IT professionals has all your IT solutions. We provide wired and wireless networking, point of sale solutions, network security, data backup and recovery solutions, desktops and laptops, computer hardware and software, computer accessories, inks, toners, and much more. Don't let IT solutions cripple your operations or your ability to serve your clients. Call us today at 450-4638 or visit us on the ground floor of the American Drywall Building at Vidbutai. The Computer Store, meeting your demands in the IT world.
We're back! Vava Central! Music, the happenings, interviews, and all aspects of Carnival. Vava Central! Yeah! Vava Central! 8 to 9:30 a.m. Monday to Friday with Teddy Francis and Tim RCI. Vava Central beginning mid-19 on the Caribbean Sound. Sponsored by the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Harris Baines, the Computer Store, Quartz, Bringing Value Home, Grace, Tropical Rhythms Juices, and Creamery Novelties. Vava Central, yeah!
And we're back with Let Laugh for today, Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. It is now 4:24 p.m. We have just a little over 35 minutes left for today's episode of Let La. And until Liza joins us in the studio once again, I'm going to read this letter one more time, then get into some of the comments. As reminding you can call our landline at 452-3046 to join the conversation, or our WhatsApp at 724-0008, or our Facebook page to join our Facebook soldiers on the official page of Radio Caribbean International. So let's get into that letter one more time. Hi, Miguel. I've heard you on air a few times talking about how human beings are really no different from the animals we look down on in terms of our primal instincts. And to be honest, I sort of agree with you. I'm a married man. I tied the knot about a year ago, but truth be told, I'd been seeing someone else for just about a year before I got married. I know how that sounds, and I'm not proud of it, but it is my truth. My wife is a wonderful woman. She is everything I could have ever asked for in a partner. She is smart, kind, beautiful, and she makes me feel grounded in a way no one else ever has. She is, by every measure, perfect for me. But when it comes to our sex life, let's just say it's never really been our strongest point. From the time we settled down nearly 10 years ago, things in that department have been okay. It's never been fireworks, but it was enough, or so I thought. Then there's this other woman. Our relationship started as something casual, but over time I realized that I have feelings for her too. She's a very different kind of person, a little wild, unpredictable, someone who challenges me constantly. We argue more than I'd like to admit, to the point where it can be exhausting. Yet there's a pull I can't explain. The funny part is, the sex with her isn't that incredible either. But there's just something about her energy, the spark that I can't seem to let go of. So here I am, torn. I know the conventional wisdom would be to end things with this other woman and focus on my wife. But it doesn't feel that simple. Because the truth is, I love them both. It might sound ridiculous or even selfish, but I believe it's possible to have the same kind of deep love for more than one person at the same time. I'm not really asking for advice. Or maybe I am. I don't even know. Maybe I just need to hear what you, Liza, and your listeners think about this. Am I completely lost? Is it actually possible to build a relationship around loving more than one person? Or am I setting myself up for the heartbreak on all sides? I'll leave it there, Miguel. Curious to hear your thoughts and the audience's too. Thanks for giving me a space to get this off my chest. Signed, confused, but honest. Now, someone made a point there, and I have that question there. The question is, Liza, if neither relationship is sexually fulfilling, could the issue actually lie within you rather than them? Liza looking confused. You don't know how to answer that one?
I do know how to answer it, but I need to put out there, he will only know if he is the issue, or if the problem lies with him, is only if he truly does some introspection. And when I say introspection, I don't mean like just there and you're just thinking about different what ifs, maybe scenarios. I mean like literally taking down notes, the pros, the cons, and outweighing each list to make sure really and truly it is not you being the issue, or the problem doesn't lies with you, or maybe you alluding that you're not content, probably because you're not where you at your where you want to be in your life, probably career wise, financial wise, or something. But you really need to do some introspection, and that introspection needs to be done seriously.
All right. So do you think he really loves them both equally, or is he just afraid to choose?
Yes or no?
Yes and no. Which is the yes, which is the no?
Yes, I do believe that he is afraid to choose, because one, being with his person for so long and having a plan with that person for so long and seeing a future with that person for so long does kind of outweigh how he gonna move with his third piece. You understand? That does weigh on an individual trying to make a decision. You understand? And then I'm just gonna leave it there.
You're gonna leave
I'm gonna leave it there and just work with that for now. Because like I said again, communication is key. And we're not just saying that for this situation, but for every situation that have been on the forefront on Letla. We need to understand that if we cannot communicate effectively, and I'm not just saying communicate for you to listen and for you to answer. I mean communicate effectively and think logically and rationally as it relates to your issue at hand in your relationship or your situationship.
All right. So I'm just checking because it looks like our WhatsApp was disconnected. So, all right. So Fine. You made an important point, and Mark Sharmine says, Migs, I was driving, but to me made drink what they gave him to rub. He started the relationship with the other woman before he got married. So why he got married to the present wife? Did she force him as mate ready for any single commitment? Tamika says, I agree with Eliza, and she says he lied. He doesn't love either of them. Good afternoon to Patrick Sealis. Flilly says, if both women has non-cable sex, I'm not sure what that means, unless she meant to put something else, I'd say this man needs to do some reflection. It might be him. Tamika says, confused and want to have it your way. How are you honest but haven't been truthful to either women? Big up Mamai Labor. And Anissa says, you can never get everything you want from someone in a relationship. There must be some compromise. Should the sex in his marriage be one? Good question.
Repeat that again.
She says, you can never get everything you want from someone in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There must be some compromise. Should the sex in his marriage be one?
That's
a good question.
It can be.
And it goes back to what we said. Listen to the letter. It does not sound. I mean, yes, maybe he mentions that the sex is an aside.
But I figure he kind of put that out there on both parts, because in the past you do get a lot of people bombarding the writers and say, oh, like it's a sexual thing, and you understand, or she just want that, and you understand,
and that's why that's the feeling I get from.
So I feel he kind of bring it there to know that's like that's a common denominator in both of these persons, you understand. So like I said, the flip side or the other view I saw in that letter is the fact that he no longer feels that kind of passion or spark, and that doesn't necessarily always have to tie in with sex.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's not, because he never again said that he's not feeling the spark. He never said he's not feeling the spark. I think he just mentioned that. Like we just said, if y'all thinking that it's just sex I have this other woman for, that's not the case, because neither of them are all that or all that in bed. So it's not he's basically saying that's not what I'm looking for. So Flurry says, sorry, she meant non-incredible sex. Oopsie. Okay, so yeah, so basically to get the point, he is not giving the vibe that's what he's looking for. He's just saying that he loves both women. And he sort of giving the vibe as well that he think he can settle with both of them. And look, Tafari is about to grace our airwaves. My brother.
Yeah, right. Listen, I only call him because of Liza, you know.
Tafari, you calling only because of me?
Because of you, Eliza.
Tafari, shoot me. Let me hear what you have to say.
No, I don't want to. I'll shoot an arrow through your heart.
Anyhow, you just big up your person that you love a while ago who know who they are. You shoot an arrow to Liza heart. For that way.
But it was Liza I was talking about.
Hey! Oh my God!
She didn't know herself.
Oh my God!
She didn't know herself, because you said the person know themselves.
Oh my God, Tafari!
All right, so my take on that is really, to tell you the truth, bro, sometimes out of the blue, sometimes relationships could get really, what do I say? Sometimes it could get complicated, because trust me, been there, done that. Like, when I say been there, done that, like, take for instance, I've been with you know, where I was with a woman. No lie, the sex was great, but her attitude, oh my God, her attitude, it just throws you, it just kills your whole vibes, because you see, sometimes you have to understand the brain is the head, and when you see somebody get tired mentally, the body follows, you know. So sometimes it could be maybe, he probably have some type of relationship with, difficulty or whatever with his wife, and start getting, and then start getting another vibes with that another woman, and then realizing then that another woman not really too different from his wife. So in other words, he kind of, to him, he probably see that he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a good vibes from that woman. As you said, the other woman, they tend to argue a lot. So which means there's problems, and then he said, all right, well, at least, okay, well, let me see how the intercourse is. The intercourse probably could make up for that, and realize, well, nah, the intercourse are making up for that. So now he confused, and at the end of it, bro, is either somebody go lose. Nine times out of 10, somebody go lose. Is either he lose both of them, or he lose one of them, but somebody gonna lose.
I doubt
somebody gonna lose, and yeah, that's just my view on it.
All right, thank you very much, my brother.
Bye, Tafari.
Bye, Liza.
Hey, stop that flirting on the air. Stop it. All right, brother, have a good one.
All right, take it.
All right, we have a contribution here. It says, food for thought. Can this man be bisexual and is not aware of this? If sex with the fiery side piece is not up to par, can it be that his desire for women is waning? I know men like the fiery women because they bring their A game in bed. I find it hard to believe that this guy is just like the side piece because he likes to quarrel or fight because she likes to quarrel or fight in the relationship. That is an out of the box perspective.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, could it be that, or it's just not something that will make him say, oh, okay, I'm going to look forward to this every day, that kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, your perspective it's credible, but I think it might be a little far-fetched from what I believe. But who knows, that you may be right.
Yeah, that's a third view.
You may be right. That's a very interesting view, Mr. Anonymous. And let's see what the thing. Oh, okay, that wasn't nice. Anaya. I can't read that on air. Our for mate, but I'm sure Mark says our for mate, but I am sure that the side chick knows that he's married. Is she a side chick or is she the other woman?
Most times, 9 out of 10, they know. They know what they're dealing with.
Sometimes I find the term side chick and side piece a bit the terms just sound derogatory sometimes, depending on who you
I understand that.
Because if you're talking about a man and he's married and he has another woman he loves, I'm sure from that man's perspective, I'm not sure, maybe that's how I would see it, but he sees it as his, and I'm not saying that it's right, but for all intents and purposes, my two women or my two partners. I don't think he sees, yes, one he may be married to and now we might consider the main woman in house and everything. But I guarantee a lot of times when men in those situations they don't see it as a side piece or a side chick. I think they genuinely see her as my woman. Selfish as it sounds, I see her as my woman. Tamika says, yes, he could be bi. Then Anaya says, he's straighter than straight. He's scared, that's all. And I think she hit the nail on the head. He may be scared to hurt
but that's what But earlier on, you heard when I said nobody wants to be the bad guy.
Yep, nobody wants to be the bad guy.
Nobody wants to be the bad guy. But at the end of the day, if we keep saying keep it a buck and keep it real, then we have to understand that in that kind of fast-paced kind of world we living in. Things have really evolved and it is affecting every aspect of our life and relationships too. So at the end of the day, I keep telling people that is life, and the life there's be life in sometimes where you have to make hard decisions. You have to figure out for yourself where you see yourself, where you want to be, how you want to be when you see yourself and stuff like that. If either parties are persons where you know for a fact you could rely on, if something were to happen, who will be able to come through for you, who will come running, who will not. That's all the things you have to consider when you ready to make his decision at that point. You understand? So I don't think it's straightforward for him. Hence the reason why he said he's confused, but at the same time he's being totally honest. He has already, I feel the sense of that he has already kind of dug deep to really bring out his feelings and sort out his feelings, and to see how both of these women are different and what they contribute and stuff like that, and how both of them fit in the equation. You understand? I think he have already dug deep. So it's just a matter of him really and truly just don't want to have that further push in saying, well, hey, it's time for you to make your decision. And in that decision, meaning that's when the wife comes in. Discussion with the wife comes in.
I bet you there are some women listening to this right now who've been married for a year and probably doing a backtrack and checking on their husband's whereabouts right now.
Maybe, but like I always say, if we want to keep it a buck and keep it real, that's let me tell you, most of us are very much guilty of being in similar situations. Yeah. You understand? Or we have been in similar situations. It might not always been exactly like that, but we have find ourselves in similar situations where it kind of have us questioning our what we wanted, or what if, or what could have, or what would have, or should have happened. You understand? So yeah,
I think years ago when I was in that a situation similar, I don't know, this guy this guy seems that I have a strong feeling that he will choose, if he had to make a choice right now, he'd choose his wife. I think it's too much in terms of time invested, and when
most persons lead with this. We have seen it time and time again. Most persons, when they go to therapy, if they choose to go to therapy, when they bring the conversation on the forefront, and they choose to go to therapy, or choose to have a third party involved, meaning a mutual friend or a family member that they choose, or the pastor, or whoever, the priest, whoever, they always lean on reconciliation. Okay. You understand? Because it's always time invested.
It is.
You understand? So
Anonymous says, if he is afraid, he is not afraid of hurting anyone. He's afraid of what he stands to lose if his wife is to leave. As far as I see it, there is no upside to having a side piece. I hate that term, because you like to hear a quarrel. I like that part. All right. She says, but if the sex is not great from both, just break this up before he ends up finding partner number 3. But that's only if his focus is on the sex, and that's the biggest one of the biggest. And if that's the biggest
thing for him, that's only if that's the biggest thing for him.
Yeah, well, it says, I'm in agreement, Liza. Kayla says, on point, Liza. So we're gonna go into a quick break just now before we get into the final segment of Letla. But then this is I don't know, it seems to be a different letter from what we have gotten.
It is, and I came, like I said, I feel for all 3 persons. I feel
for the money
in the letter. All 3.
I feel for the money.
I feel for all 3.
Confused.
Because I could put myself in his shoes and show that much empathy. I could do so with the wife, and I could do so with the other young lady. You understand? Because all 3 of them stand a chance to get hurt.
Yeah.
Or to be hurt.
I think that the person with the greater chances are the wife.
Yeah, man. For sure. Because if she has been in the dark for thus far, so long, and with no kind of how should I say, knowledge in her review that my partner is lacking something, or my partner is this, or I'm realizing that my partner is showing signs of he not being interested in certain things, or we not connecting in a certain way and stuff like that. Because there are some men who keep their feelings so in check that the partner will not be able to see them skipping a beat.
Let me ask you, you think maybe she knows and she hasn't said anything?
I don't think so. A woman will not be able to play that game for so long.
I didn't know.
I don't think a woman will be able to, or I would say the wife. I don't think the wife will be able to play that game for so long of being in the know and just not saying anything. I don't think so.
All right. So my question, I think it's Katia says, my question, how long was he with his current wife before he got married? Well, that's 9 years or so. 10 years?
Yeah, they said they've been together for 10, married for a year.
He wasn't confused when he started cheating. He's selfish and self-centered. We have about 35 seconds left before the break. Anything you want to add?
Like I said, I don't want to be insensitive to anybody's situation. I am not condoning the gentleman in terms of he cheating. It's so much broader than just he cheating or he having a tag along in that particular situation. So again, I would like to strongly suggest that we as individuals need to learn to be great communicators, be effective in how we communicate to persons we show interest in, persons we have already got their interest, and persons we are choosing to settle down with. You understand? And I am guilty of that. I'm not perfect. It has taken me a while, and I'm still struggling. Trust me, I'm still struggling, because especially if you're somebody that you're not accustomed, or you are accustomed of wearing your heart on your sleeve, but at the same time you don't like being vulnerable to persons. It could be very difficult for you to communicate your feelings and be expressive the way that you want to. Sometimes it almost takes your partner to kind of really coax you and really dive deep with you to try to get you to open up. So I know it's a difficult topic for a lot of persons in the relationship, but you have to find ways to navigate through it, you understand, so that both you and the person could be on the same page. That's the only way we could risk not hurting one another.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so remind you that Let Lie is brought to you by Fruitsy CMOS. We'll be back with the final segment of the show.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
Boy, that CMOS makes me score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsy CMOS? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsy CMOS is full of natural goodness your body needs. CMOS is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. CMOS is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Praland.
And that's what they say about Fruitsy CMOS. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsy CMOS, you know what they say.
It was the hilltop view that did it. Something about it just said home. Surrounded by friendly neighbors in a peaceful environment, a safe haven where my kids can play, we felt so secure. With land documents that says my name for the very first time in my life. My mortgage from Janu means a place to call my home. It's more than just a mortgage. It's love, it's security, it's home.
I hooked on the case of Domino's Pizza.
been so stressed searching for the perfect tiles to complete my home.
Really?
Yeah, it's always the same white, beige, and gray tiles with these tile stores. Like they're all buying from the same place. You're the design expert. Help me, please. I'm fed up.
What are you looking for?
Something different. Something that says Caribbean beauty and suits my personality. Something vibrant and classy with a little razzle dazzle.
Okay, Ms. Razzle Dazzle, I know just the place. Island Style Tile and Bath, they're my #1 store for everything tile. And with their new In Living Color collection, you'll find the most gorgeous styles to give you that splash of Caribbean flair you're looking for.
That sounds perfect.
I'll even take you myself and throw in a free design consultation.
I'll never say no to that, sis. I can't afford you anyway.
Visit our Island Style showrooms in Castries, Rodney Bay, and View Fort, or call 450-452 or 453 Tile. We'll help bring your vision to life in living color.
It's just about 4:52 p.m. We have just about 8 minutes left for today's episode of Let's Laugh. And just to recap, we have a situation, Liza, with a man who says he's torn between two lovers. One of them is his wife. He was married. He was with her for 10 years and got married and decided to get married. But a year before they got married, he started seeing another woman. He says he loves them both equally, and if you're thinking that it was just because of sex, he says the sex ain't fantastic with either one either. With either one, both of them either. It's just normal, I guess.
Different personalities.
Yeah, so, but he does believe that he loves both of them equally, and he thinks he knows what he should do, but of course, love is something. Love is something that can tear every piece of your being apart when it comes to making a decision. So, I mean, some of us sort of understand what he's going through. But, I mean, as we close, I think at this point, I will just weigh in with, I mean, apart from all the devil's advocate stuff, I think it's time to get serious. And I think speaking from the perspective of someone who's somewhat been there, we talk about similar situations, he has to ask himself seriously, does he love them both equally? Or is he just afraid to choose? And choosing not because he has to, let me put it this way, he's choosing because he may hurt one or the other, and not because it may be himself who ends up being hurt or he himself being alone, because as they always say, there's always other fish in the sea. But I truly genuinely believe that he loves other women, both women, but he also has to ask himself this next question: would he be okay if the tables were turned and it was his wife doing that all along? Maybe at some point there's a decision to make. There's some decisions ahead of you when you get to that fork in the road. Number one, are you willing to throw away 10 years of your relationship and possibly kids? We don't know if they have kids or anything. 10 years
we
plus
don't know.
marriage for that. Number two, is it worth putting the other person through the uncertainty of whether they're going to be with you or not in the end? Because that might even precipitate worse things if you look at a triangle. She may be now forced to let the wife know, hey, do you know I've been seeing your husband for so and so long, even before you all got married, and he went and married you. So you have to consider all these things.
Yeah,
whether it's
it is a domino effect.
Yeah.
If he were to stick with his wife.
And if you really do believe that you can love two people at the same time and you want to make it work, by all means, nothing beats having a discussion with your wife. And maybe she might give you an ultimatum and say, hey, okay, no, that will not work, and I'll give you an ultimatum. You either choose her or you choose our marriage. You know, that's the possibilities that lay ahead. So I really empathize with him in particular, because he is the one who has to be making that decision. And at the end of the day, it will affect either one of the women, both of the women, but ultimately he's still the one at the center. So he's going to have to live with that, whatever decision he makes for the rest of his life, or until he finds somebody else that can help him get over them. Kayla asks, can you even love two people at the same time? I believe you can.
And I do.
Societal expectations are the ones
yeah,
that create
there's a lot
this
of brainwash with us. You understand? We tend to forget. Okay, let me rephrase that. There's a lot of brainwash. There is a lot of brainwashing as it relates to some of
what love
of
is.
what love is and what love's supposed to look like and feel like and stuff like that. But I will always say, until it reaches your doorstep, you will never really feel what others are saying or feeling when they say that they can love two people at the same time. Sometimes they don't go looking for it. It just appears when life is lifing.
And the thing is, love is not something tangible in its sense. When you like to love is not something tangible that you can look at and say this exactly, or should I'm looking for a term. There's a particular term, but binary. Let's put binary. It's not black and white. Parents are obligated to love their children, but do they all manifest their love in the same way other than clothing, feeding, sheltering, and checking for their education? Other than that, apart from these basic tenets, love is manifested in different ways. We have a call. Good afternoon, Letla. Hello.
Hello. We lost that call.
Maybe they'll call back. So I think that is my point. I believe that you cannot sit there, like a contributor said earlier, sinners judging sinners, for lack of a better term. You can't say or sit there and speculate and say this is what the person is feeling when they tell you that they love the person. Who are you to say that they do not love the person? Because they didn't marry them or because they're seeing two people at the same time. Now, do not get me wrong. I am not saying generally that I condone what is happening.
No, we do. We are not saying that.
Which within each specific situation, there are different intricacies and nuances that will exist. And no two situations are the same, while they might be similar.
Yeah.
So
and that's that. So to wrap up for me, again, I will say to the gentleman, at the end of the day, a decision needs to be made, and you need to do it quick and in a hurry. And if your wife does find out, or before you make your decision, then that's gonna be a whole different kettle of fish. So make up your mind, and make up your mind in a hurry as to what you're doing, and do it now, because the moment that she finds out, all hell is gonna break loose.
And hell has no
and
like
exactly then
Well, they say hell have no free like a woman
like a woman score.
Hell have no free like a man horn.
Well, at the end of the day, to each his own. But so like I said, I am no way in condoning the gentleman on his having his third piece, being married and having his third piece and whatever. I'm not saying that's good behavior. And
second piece.
I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that it's unfortunate to see that there is somebody on the outside, all right, wanting to be with that gentleman, and this gentleman clearly has this type of love for his wife, and he has invested a lot of time, you understand. And if they do have children together, then that is also one that will be weighing on his decision as well. And not all the time we get what we want, but sometimes we just have to deal with the outcome.
All right. Anaya says, great show. I love the engagement, and Mark and Kayla have no manners. Every life they go under, they always in a couple's argument, and who is side piece, who is who husband, who is mayor of Shabinville. Anyway, folks, those of you who called in, those of you who joined us on the WhatsApp and on the Facebook Live, our Facebook soldiers, thank you very much for joining us on Letla today, July 2nd.
Yeah,
2025.
and we look forward to next Wednesday, Jasper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Next Wednesday, it better be good. That's the day for my birthday. You know. Yeah, folks, it's my favorite time of the day. About 12 more days. Liza, where you get me? My Color Me Red tickets?
I don't know about Color Me Red tickets,
for
pal. Hello.
Well, for free, so I have to bring
the
the
pay not paying. So I will see what else I could give you as a little form of a token of appreciation.
I'm grown, and our contributor says, to make your job easier, Migs, tell the letter writer to be honest and add more details without having first-hand knowledge of this situation. All we can do is come up with theories that may not apply. I believe he wanted answers as to how to get rid of the other woman. Now that's better than saying them and buy us.
I think we did sum up as to what it is. You understand?
Yeah.
We did sum it up.
Yeah.
So that answers his question about the other woman, my brother. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Period.
I agree though. Callers, give us some more details. Make sure we get the situation right. But you know, as you always say, you'll write the letter to suit. All the stories will always suit.
All the letters will be written in your version in real time, your perspective, your this. You will spruce it up. You will miss out. You will subtract. You will add. That's what it is.
All right. Well, folks, thank you once again for tuning in to us. For myself, Miguel, and Liza, and Empress Isa. You spoil. If you see, she almost lost me my paper there. Abuse. Let me call abuse. Anyway. Empress Isa, we'll see you guys next week Wednesday. So for now, remember that who brought you Letla? Fruit CC Moss, and you know what they say.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruit CC Moss, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruit CC Moss?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruit CC Moss?
Boy, that CC Moss makes me score runs, you know.